Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Let's get ready to go for a lap time challenge on Gran Turismo 7. For this part of the segment video, as I'm about to be ready to take on at Grand Valley Highway 1 by using the Red Bull X2019 competition because of the GTWS Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup for round 3 at Tokyo after round 2 from Czech Republic at Prague. But this is going to be a very good best of the best for having another part of the continuation after the first round at Montreal, Canada for the Michelin Raceway, Road Atlanta. As we're about to go for the main objective target time on the go for having a label in comparison to top cars at 3% for only a minute, 27.220 seconds is now being ready up and have a racing soft compound tires where to go for only one label of the racing compound to be on the regulation. But of course, two types of specified vehicle that you have to go for the standard competition or the 25th anniversary of the Red Bull X2019 is now being ready up and get set to have a mid-speed BOP/tuning prohibited to go on specified. But be very careful, the track itself is about to go for having a close quarter combat to have some inside turns along with sector 1, 2, and 3 altogether. But the two types of penalty that we have to be on the lookout on, while collision and shortcut penalty, will be set on the invalidate time. Just to see how faster can it goes and tough enough to be racing around at Grand Valley Highway 1, which is exactly to become the most toughest racetrack in all Gran Turismo history as a reimagined version by the original ever since from Gran Turismo 1 to Gran Turismo 6. But suitable and set located in the Big Sur highway coast of California. But after all, it's a very good place and much more beautiful out there to be well prepared and have the racing soft compound tires where to be switched up and be ready up to have a main regulation is now being checked at the go. So do your best out there folks, and remember, it also to be stationed to be at 804 horsepower and weight to be automatically to be stationed on 1,433 pounds. Do your best out there folks and find a good line, practice well, and make your way onto the goal before tomorrow. It's going to be a very good best thrill of the celebration as we're about to see some Gran Turismo players are about to go racing in action for the Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup. But one more thing for sure, the viewers campaign is now available until the time runs out before tomorrow. Just to make sure to choose any Gran Turismo player on the Nations Cup or manufacturer brand that you had to take a good drill of support. It's all about prediction and find out to see which one will be taking on the goal. So as always, if you're new to my YouTube channel, be sure click that subscribe button, then leave a like and comment at the section down below. Check out the links on the description if you want to see more. Don't forget to click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos in the later future. Let's get ready to go and start for today's lap time challenge. Alright folks, first session is about to go begin by a briefing as I just went down to do some quick prediction by selected for only one GT player on the Nations Cup, which is I have to go with Takuma Minasono, and of course for Team Subaru in the Manufacturers Cup. They say that other Gran Turismo players that has a good high percentage before tomorrow is going to be a very good best of the best to see some good racers in action, to see some good competition moment when they're at Tokyo. All the best sightseeing moments, landmark, historical environment, and of course, anime. That's right, everything is all about to have a culture of Tokyo, and Japan is the most wonderful country in the world to see some good iconic JDM vehicles, and taking a sightseeing tour around on the Tokyo highway is going to be quite going cruising around to be on the express of the tour. But here, also to have some few other kinds of iconic moments, and even of course the company itself, Polybri Digital, which is also to be created some other kinds of Gran Turismo games since 1997 and into 2024 by the present. But all I can say is, I'm still love to enjoy the game, and I always love it to keep on racing, stay clean, and find a good line. But sorry for the wait, but I'll have to get down to do some preparation to get on in global ranking. But not to mention that there might be some other Gran Turismo players did good out there that have a replay icon to be recommended by a request. So here is Ninja 46-RR on position 126, good on the minute, 26.439 seconds, or just to be earlier that I just saw Takuma Minasono's lap time by a minute, 24.874 seconds. But maybe I'll have to decide and go with Takuma Minasono's lap time and give it a go. Hope I'm ready. This will have to take a good faster and toughen up on the corners, or if possible, I just really have to get used onto the ABS to be using by default or the week. But the option is, I'll have to decide and give it well determined to see which one is going to be better of advantage when faster to face up with some tight turns and corners on Grand Valley Highway 1. So let's get ready up, get set, and go rolling start before the countdown in 3 seconds after exiting on the chicane S before entered onto the bridge. We'll have to go faster on the warm-up. So let's do this and go faster all in at the final corner at the tunnel just to be going up on the main speed to be at on 190 miles per hour. First lap coming in and Ghost car is in play. Got to stay behind with Takuma Minasono. Good thing he just took a lot of practice out there before tomorrow's weekend is going to be the most exciting moment in GTWS history. So this will have to get down to deuce. The first sector is going to have to be a bit more tricky to be proceed onto the first through turn number 6. Just have to go exit on turn number 6 hairpin, then enter sector 2 at turn number 7 through 8. But be very careful, try not to avoid any further mistake by having a result of invalid time. Just slow down, be quick, and strategize to make your way to go up and get closer to be around by exactly with a range in a minute and 26 seconds to go full expert. Alright, very good. Almost to do some decent of average workout, then coming in on sector 3. So be very careful, try not to do any oversteer before coming out at the tunnel, then take the S turns to go shorter on the chicane. Just pass by into the sign of Grand Valley Highway 1, then enter the bridge. Okay, very good. Now going up in the speed at the tunnel in the final turn. Coming out and full straight ahead and labeled to be faster on the mark time in about a minute and 30 seconds with a decimal of 0.102. Alright, by my guess, if it's going to be either silver or bronze. But the bronze might have to go again and just have to get climbing up to be reaching up into silver, as I just barely took a quick preparation warm-up on Suzuka Circuit East for the Monster Roadster NR-A 2022. Just to see how you can handle very well to take on Grand Valley Highway 1 is the most toughest racing course for the Red Bull X2019 competition with the standard and 25th anniversary. But hold on, I just barely took a mistaken on the contact at the barrier, so you have to be very more extra careful in case if things are about to get much more situated during the competition in the Nations Cup. So there goes invalid time of the lap by having a second placement, so I had to go and be on the main reminder check on the warm-up. But note to self, folks, always have to race responsibility. We'll always have to make a way to get up onto the top position by around in 3rd place or the 1st. That's how we always have to master the Red Bull X 2019 competition. It's all about to have the skills. We have to be embrace it to go with the different tracks to have a set of obstacles that we have to overcome. The track itself and the lane is going to be a bit more challenging, so we have to be mindful, strategize, and get much more competitive to have a lot of workout to do some major attempts by endurance. So the lap time reset is now proceed onto the 3rd. Hope I'm ready. This will have to take a lot of counter steering to go by maintain control without taking too much oversteer. This could get harder. I have to do it and just have to go all the way in. Okay, my current ghost car is going in by sector 2. Just stay together by turn 7 and 8, turn number 9, and go commit on turn 10, then left turn at 11. Alright, now for turn 12. Sometimes take a lot of technique to go on the inside or outside whenever you like to have a better advantage to go up by having a main cue. Just like doing circuit experience, we'll have to go warm up by basic to have some corners and turns in the series of elevation. That is why the Nations Cup is all about to have some major practices workout, and that's how the main spot that you had to be very more extra careful. On second thought, just have to go finishing up on the first session and giving the best time in a minute 30.102 seconds, as I had to be went down to do some strategies of attempt to be received by ending up in 14.7 miles. Okay, let's have a good review check on sector 1 in the green highlight mark on the first lap. 27.972 seconds, and placement to be well seen on lap number 3 earlier by 30.133 seconds, and for sector 3 on the second lap, 31.428 seconds is actually to have a main outcome for only one session in a minute, 30.102 seconds, and the max speed is 192 miles per hour. Okay, quick intermission. Okay, and mark. Okay, so that's one part of the replay save. Go for the regular and best lap time, and of course, bronze record by 1 minute, 30.102 seconds, and comparison to top cars at 6.40% in 33,983rd place. Alright, so just have to go focus on the main target time by a minute. 27.2 seconds is what I need to keep pushing up and go harder at it. But this will have to go tricky, and putting up to have a better option to go with ABS system into weak and controller settings to go on the max feedback will have to be reduced onto 7. Then let's give it a work and see how it feels to be using with a weak option on the ABS system. Session 2, here I come, and give it a better decent line workout. Okay, it's going in by turn 2. Got to stay behind with my ghost car, try not to avoid taking too much oversteer. Going on to the left at turn 3, slide it quicker and go on the inside at turn 4, then turn number 5. But watch yourself, sometimes going commit by having it outside when you're on turn 6 in the hairpin is going to have to do a lot of work. First sector clear, back on sector 2, going quicker and skillful, mindful. So whenever it depends if you're going to have to use on the weak or default ABS. But the choice is any method or skills whenever you're going to have to overcome many obstacles during the Nations Cup or the one-man category in the X2019 competition is all about faster for the limit and see which one is the faster of all the competitive. Then going in by the third sector. Come on, just have to stay right in and make it for the decent lap time average. Going in, and final turn at the tunnel will go up on full acceleration. Okay, so it's going to be 191 miles per hour. First lap clear, then going in by the second lap. Come on, I can do this. Just overcome the turns and form the technique. Good thing Takuma Miyazono just did very good out there to be achieved by the expert. Okay, very good. Close call on the grip. Strategize. Exit to be marked on the turn. And go by turn 11. Short straightaway. Onward at turn number 12 to be proceed earlier to be finishing up on sector 2. going right back at the Grand Valley Bridge. Stay together, tighten up with the acceleration, and rev it up on the high gear to go full straight at the bridge. Nice, very good. Counter up rather than avoid having a spin out before coming out at the tunnel. Got to keep going. Just make that push. Go by the range on 1.3 seconds requirement to be minimum, and update my record to go into a minute 29.536 seconds. Okay, that's gonna be a little bit more harder than I thought would be. So very close. Definitely just barely took a contact before enter the bridge after turn 2 exit. Change up the options and switch it back onto default and give it a force feedback added up on number 9. But it's okay, viewers. Sometimes practice makes perfect whenever you're gonna have to use the Red Bull X2019 competition. It's all about the skills that you have to be put it up to the test. But I'm still learning. I just really might need to have a good potential on the skill set. We'll have to make a good precision on the focus, as I had to be well preferred to go at it by a minimum requirement by 2.6 seconds and around by a minute and 26 seconds till I had to get up onto the goal. Just like Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta like last time, as I just barely went to do some free time as a main encore of the segment. But it's been a while that I've just been working so hard every day for a single week to do some different vehicles on different tracks for every lap time challenge. But by the way, I just really had to do some voice recording session. It's gonna have to take a little bit more time of development process. But you'll have to catch my drift, and I'm still really might need to do some more working hours of development because of over a month left. Okay, time to reset. Dan going in at the 4th lap. Okay, here I go, and catching up to Takuma Minasono's ghost car. I really hope he can help me out. Just follow the trail and follow the technique. Okay, red zone on the brake. Check, and go around to be at turn number 8 and 9. Turn 10, quicker, and slower to be on a decent commit on turn 11. Yeah, that's good. Very good. And going up to be exactly by 0.6 seconds as the 3rd sector resumes in. Okay, that's good. And close enough to have a 0.5 second gap. Going decrease. Okay, 5th lap. Let's get in there and face up on the 2nd turn. I really have to keep a lot of focus till I have to go achieve onto the goal. But the good news is, a minute 29.091 seconds has been updated. Come on, my ghost car can actually do better than that. Okay, gonna have to slow down. Don't want to take that risk. Okay, there goes my good advantage. Got to get closer, stick it to the bridge. Alright, now let's try this again. Okay, I can hardly feel it. Go for the main forward and have a little push. Okay, just have to slide it in. And, oh, there it goes. That's gonna have to take a little bit more careful on the caution. Come on, I can do this. I just really need to get that gold record to go step it up and make it harder. But the precision and skill of corners is all I need to have a perk. Okay, let's do the left side, and here it goes. 7 lap entered, and go reset. Okay, not today, and gap distance, sacrifice a little bit. Okay, hold it in and go shaft up the gear. Man, that was so close. Okay, mark it on the line. Seven lap clear. Now for lap number 8. There we go. 0.1 seconds is all I need. Okay, good stable recovery. Okay, back on sector 3. Still not yet achieved by improvement. It's going to be a little bit hard workout till we have to get it right and make it look professional perfect. And the good news is, just master the chicane S and go quicker to be adjusted by 0.2 seconds, mark on a distant gap. So it's about to get a little bit closer, viewers. I can feel it, and go down by 1 minute and 28 seconds with a decimal of 0.839. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit harder to tell. Sector 1 and 2 is throwing down the gauntlet and putting up some hard efforts to see how faster and tougher can it go. But still barely have to go, beat up by having a plus gap distance by over 4 seconds, currently to beat Desmo as well. But bummer, I just really took another invalidate time and crossing in to be labeled on the 9th lap. The clouds are coming in, gives a little bit change of forecast to be less shaded and still brighter. Okay, that should do very good enough. Just almost there, and I just really went down to do some calculated of the guess to have some minimum of range requirement to be going down by added with 1.8 seconds and go into by 1 minute and 27 seconds by my calculation. 10th lap entered and go for another round. Okay, now going in for turn 6. Just have to keep the pedals to be regain balance control. Okay, finally got a good situated pattern. Alright, that should do very well. 0.3 seconds. Up and go. Okay, let's hit the brakes. Going back on the curved tunnel. Get straight forward and keep it careful. Ah, darn it. There goes my perfect pattern to have that moment. This is gonna take a while to see how far it is. So the total time is gonna be 15 minutes and going up by 10 seconds during the first lap of the run in session 2. Okay, reset and go for the 11th lap. Okay, now for round 4. Nuts. There it goes again. I'm always being mindful when it comes to be precision focused on the line, viewers. That's how it is. Every racer who always had to be mastered with a high advanced fictional racing machine is all about to get yourself proven up to have a good limitations. Now stopping again at the 3rd sector. Okay, the cones are being a little bit more or less mess. Got to be proceed to be on the next lap on number 12 and go for the reset. Alright, 12th lap. Let's do it and go for the 5th round and do some more attempts. Okay, the only main guess to have an invalidated lap time is going to be the 6th round. Alright, there we go. Right at the 0.4 seconds and keep the progress up and rolling. bring out the pulse pounding pace and going up by 0.6 seconds right at the bat at sector 3. Resume and do some concentration to be mastered up onto the S turns to go for another round again. Okay, the cone that could be needs to be cleared up the whole path. That could be a much more impossible moment to see at it. But there goes the perfect effort to go by a minute and 28.235 seconds. Reset on the 13th lap, and I'll have to push right in. Alright, going outside and wide open. Okay, good thing, update on my current record from bronze to silver after session 2 is now being labeled to go achieved by having a silver precision medal is now being placed by a minute 28.839 seconds as I had to go up into section 3. But more practice, we'll always have to get it right and get focused to be around by a minute and 27.2 seconds is all I have to do is gonna have to gang up with some separation by the total of corners to overcome many obstacles. Got to get there quicker and sliding around onto the main course by turn number 3 through 5, then brake on turn number 6 at a hairpin. The tougher it gets, the lighter will go entered on sector 2 at the 7th and 8th turn. Okay, good technique. Slow down at turn 11. Going commit. Alright, outstanding and go all the line. Got to keep my ghost car to remain surveillance on the radar before coming back onto the 3rd sector right at the S turns after the curve on the tunnel. Okay, good torque check, sensitivity check, and acceleration needs to do some requirement work. Got to work it all the way and make it light speed. Okay, good enough by the same time and different on the decimal numbers. Okay, close call on the barrier. Now gonna have to go reset on the 1st lap and proceed on the 2nd lap. Bummer. I almost barely had that technique and keep it together. Next lap we'll always have to do the reset. No turning back now. Okay, push it up on the pace. Proceed back on the 3rd sector, then do the right turn corner at the tunnel, station up, and go little hill climb. Okay, gonna have to take the left side to go again, and do it will prefer to be stationed up to go for the reset as the 3rd lap. Rolling in and proceed onto the 3rd section is going to have to take more decent of concentration. Come on, just have to work it up. Alright, there we go. Get my ghost car to go push through to be well behind and try not to stay focused on the front. That's better. Just keep that ghost trail up and gonna have to go back at sector 3 again without having a cone contact on invalidate time. Okay, that's a good tricky start. Do on the inside at the final corner at the tunnel. 0.3 seconds and going up by adding up with 18 seconds or more. 0.548 seconds in a minute and 28 seconds. Alright, that should do very well to be well trickied up and still need to do a lot of work way to go. Okay, gotta have to keep it careful and be mindful. Got to be mindful to have that good corner technique. Bummer. So close to be masterful on the chicane exit. Got to do it again and proceed to the 5th lap. Come on, just have to beat my gap and get closer to be on the plus and make it into the minus. Alright, there you go. Push it right in and do the same trick pattern on turn number 7 through turn 8. Braking and partial strategy. Nuts. There it goes again. I just barely took a second invalidate lap time on session 3, folks. Okay, well, grip. Okay, 6th lap. This is it. This will have to go down, or I'll have to call it in for a day until I have to be ready to go to have enough sleep to be wrap this up until currently by tomorrow. So this will have to take a lot of progress if I had to get there to do some major attempts and work out to do some main lineup to catch up and be strategized to go for the advantage by exactly for the target time on the goal objective. But in the meantime, I'll have to do the better alternative solution if I had to go for the new session in the segment, just to let you guys know that I'm still gonna have to take a lot of few other activities will have to be made available because of the 4th and final week of September for my own event. Speedtemberfest is now coming in towards the end of the month. But good thing, today's date on September 27th and Friday before Saturday is gonna be on September 28th. Okay, make that exit. There's no turning back now. Alright, so that should be it for the 6th lap. But I'll have to call it in for a day, you guys. Gonna have to quick exit and have my current total time by 9 minutes, 10.114 seconds, as I just did good and recently passed on the lap time update to go by into a minute, 28.548 seconds, which is actually to have my updated best time. But good thing today's driving marathon has now currently to be reached up and maxed out by 55 miles, and adding up by 21.7 miles will be equals into 76.7 miles. And the good thing is, my main guest that I just received a 5-star roulette ticket will be my own guest until I have to go down to do some results on session number 3. Pretty tough as nails and pretty as ever to go separation on highlighted green, mark on the gap on 3 sectors. For sector 1 in the first lap by 27.723 seconds, and for sector 2 below on lap number 6, 29.640 seconds, and for sector 3 on the 3rd lap, 30.813 seconds, which is good and pretty well achieved by the updated best lap time is now currently to go added by a minute, 28.548 seconds, and same max speed as ever to go around by 192 miles per hour. But don't forget, you guys, you might need to practice some more until you have to get it right without any further mistake by having a contact or shortcut will be received to have an invalid time that we have to be well mindful to be avoided. But the worst time that we always have to be well careful to be stay down onto the bronze and just have to keep focus on the average time or best time to be depends to be well preferred to go for the silver or bronze. So there you go. Made it onto the silver by update. Comparison to top cars in 4.57% and position 11,309 place is now quite good. Maintain and have a range on comparison to top cars in the target time by 5%, and still might need to get up closer to be on the main goal objective by almost by a second with a decimal of 220 seconds. We might need to do some hard working effort. But after all, good thing I just saved a replay by having a captured thumbnail image to be on the scene of perspective. We'll have to go by attempt number 3. After attempt number 2, might need to do some a little bit more change of few other attempts to have some figuration to go for the number of laps by having a matter of endurance. We'll always have to keep it together by having one driver, and the car itself will have to find a good line to master. Grand Valley Highway 1 is the most difficult challenge to be well achieved to be prior to the GTWS Nations Cup in round 3 at Tokyo. But good thing made it on time until tomorrow, and current ranking registration is about to be in about 5 days left to go. Well folks, it was a lot of hard work out there at Grand Valley Highway 1, just like Michelin Raceway, World Atlanta for the Red Bull X2019 competition or 25th anniversary edition as well. But remember, always have to keep your mindful strategy to have some good line and good corner technique if you really want to go hard for the goal to be achieved by exactly in around by comparison to top cars at 3% when you're on made it on the goal objective time in a minute, 27.220 seconds. And also for having an upcoming lap time challenge will have to be later on in the future after finishing on Suzuka Circuit East Course by using the Mazda Roadster in our Dash A 4th generation 2022 before coming up at Watkins Glen International Short Course by using the Alfa Romeo 155 2.5 B6 Ti 1993. One Group 4 car, one short track, and pretty good as ever to have a single race car is about to go Italian spirit to have a good place to be around to have one good short course in America at the East Coast. But still, always have to keep a good practice when you're on the West Coast by having one faster racing machine in Grand Valley Highway 1. We'll always have to keep a good watchful eye on the main date until coming up by Saturday and tomorrow. But still, I'll have to be ready and just have to go for having a short reward time and heading back to the GT garage. We'll have to be well prepared to wrap this up at the end of the video. But one more thing for sure, but I'll have to use it for the 5-star roulette ticket is now being ready up and get set to be available by having one gift for only. Alright, there it is right now, just to be seen by having a quick preview by having a little sneak peek, or just had to be well seen by having an earlier clip. but I'll have to use it and see which one should I hit. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. 1 million Gran Turismo credit, and this is gonna be my lucky day. Just like having a good hard effort to have a one single faster racing machine, and of course 1 million credit is all I need to have. But one more thing for sure, because be on the lookout for the next update that we have 3 cars are about to get something very interesting. But I don't know what it is, if it's going to be having some 3 Japanese vehicle or any kinds of specific cars from America or Europe. Just have to be sure to see which one of the 3 cars is going to look like before we'll have to be on the lookout to see some main date, and of course just to be mindful to be on the lookout for the new track will have to be set, and be on the lookout for having a next update later on soon. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DeepNetArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and other social media platforms. Plus, memberships are now open to everyone. Will be available to get early access for having some exclusive perks, custom emoji with my OCs, and many features to support my channel. It's the best way to help out with the super things as an extra will support and grow. I'll be see you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean, and don't forget, you might have to go visit to the winners campaign for only one predicted winners between the driver and the manufacturer brand itself for having a watch moment on the Nations Cup and Manufacturers Cup before round 3 of the GTWS at Tokyo will be coming up until tomorrow.